Hello and welcome to Deep Point. My name is Chinmay along with Sallav. Uh, Today we are discussing a match that on paper will go down as a 27-run win for RR over MI. But honestly, this was not just a win. This was a statement from RR in a rain curtailed 11 over match in Guwahati. RR posted 150 for 3 and then restricted MI. And when we are saying MI, we are actually talking about a gun batting lineup 123 for 9. That means RR have now made it 3 wins in 3 matches and moved back to the top of the points table with 6 points. And what makes this result more interesting is that this was not some last over thriller. This was sheer domination in a format where one player can flip the game in 6 balls. Rajasthan Royals controlled the game with the bat and then with scoreboard pressure and with their wicket-taking intent. They actually controlled different phases of the match and then got the result. Uh, Salah, let's get into the details of the match. But before that, please take us through the match, a brief summary of the match.
So summarizing this match is a little bit difficult because for me the summary is only two names, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Vaibhav Suryavanshi. I think they were the match. That entire phase of the power play, or maybe the initial 3.2 overs, or you can just say that the first wicket partnership between Yashasvi Jaiswal and Vaibhav Suryavanshi. I think that was the match today. And after that, whatever followed was, just the consequences of the start that they had. And once they had the start, I think at that insane level of start, I think after that, MI almost had nothing much to do. But if we just get a little bit deep dive into the conditions and everything, it was raining and it was a black soil pitch. Generally, Guwahati pitches a little bit very, in the slower side. Though it rained, it became a little bit moist, and the ball was showing a little bit of the lateral movement in the initial overs. But when these two firepowers are batting, nothing works. And as we just mentioned, that this was not a very easy pitch to bat on. Also, it was a tricky pitch to bat on
Hmm.
because apart from these two, no batsman could actually settle on this, on this surface. So I
Hmm.
think they were the difference. They were the story. And once they got that insane level start, and that too against which bowlers? Deepak Chahar, Jasprit Bumrah, Trent Bolt, and Shardul
Hmm.
Thakur.
Hmm.
The main bowling lineup of Mumbai Indians. They just took, took them on and took the game away from Mumbai Indians. I think they were the story. After that, when Mumbai came to bat, there was a little cameo of Riyan Parag also in that Rajasthan batting lineup. And apart from Hardik Pandya, I think no other bowler was even shown a minimum level of respect. And
Hmm.
later on, also Jaiswal continued that momentum and finished with a brilliant 73. Now he's also right now the orange cap holder, my orange cap bait, as we were mentioning in the orange cap, who might be the orange cap holder and everything. When Mumbai came to bat, it was a very uphill task because not, scoring runs on this track is not very easy, and also Rajasthan has a very decent bowling lineup. And right from the beginning, they were losing wickets. They lost the top three very early. Apart from a little bit of some sort of counter attack from Namandhir and Sharfin Rutherford, I think in the entire batting lineup of Mumbai, there was no other batsman who could show that that batsman is taking this game on. And the match almost, it became a one-sided affair in the last few overs. And kudos to Rajasthan bowling attack also.
Hmm.
Archer and Barker, we predicted that this is going to be a very deadly opening bowling duo, and they are proving this in every game that they are playing. And also brilliant addition from Ravi Bishnoi and Sandeep Sharma. So
Hmm.
Sandeep, this was a perfect pitch for Sandeep to bowl, and we could see that for him, Rian Parag had a good strategy of bringing the keeper up front, and
Hmm.
proper slow medium pace bowling from Sandeep, and that gave you results. And yeah, proper, very clinical victory. And as
Hmm.
we were mentioning that Rajasthan is a very balanced side, a very underrated and a very balanced side. In the squad analysis also we mentioned this, that
Hmm.
and they're continuing this. They have got a brilliant start. And also I am observing about Rajasthan Royals, the way Riyan Parag is captaining the side, that's also commendable. And I think I'm right now they are looking very flawless.
Yeah. So I agree with you in one point is that Rajasthan Royals won the match in the first 20 balls of their innings. And why I'm agreeing with that more today, because it was an 11 over game. The when you shorten a game and then the margin for recovery is almost zero. So
I'm
Rajasthan
I'm
Royals
I'm just
started really well, and
interrupting a little.
that
I'm just interrupting a
yeah,
little. Sorry for that. In
yeah,
the
sure, sure,
first
sure, sure.
3.2 overs, which was in the first 3.2 overs, that partners
Hmm.
were 59 for no loss.
Yeah,
59.
yeah, yeah.
First 20 overs, 59 runs, which means they are
Hmm.
scoring 3 runs per one ball. So that's the level of
Hmm.
hitting that happens in that entire power play. Yeah,
Hmm.
so yeah, so that's the level
And
of
when
insane level of hitting. Yeah,
yeah, and when you demolish your opposition in that way, then your opposition immediately start playing that catch up
defense.
mentally and tactically, and take that those defensive strategies and approaches. And therefore, as you mentioned, the big story was the opening assault from Jaswal and Suryavanshi, and Jaswal stayed unbeaten on 77 of 32, I think, 10 fours, 4 sixes. And Suryavanshi is consistent with whatever he is doing. So he smashed 39 of 14, including 5 sixes. And the kinds of sixes he hit today and against so and so of the modern cricket. So it was something. So he actually turned cricket into some video game, and those textbook cricket we used to play. So he is like that. So let's talk a bit about Rajasthan Royals positives, and then we will move to their if they have to improve somewhere, if there is any thing they have to take away from. So the positives they should take away from this game, and if there is any loopholes or anything that they have to address, we will talk about that, and then we will move to Mumbai, because we have to discuss Mumbai's both positive and negative takeaways a bit more detail because they lost the match, and we have to talk about them a bit more. So let's first discuss about Rajasthan Royals, and then we will move to Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, so for me, one of the major things that I have observed about Rajasthan is definitely the opening pair. But why this opening pair is becoming so deadly?
Mm,
One of the reasons what I find is this opening pair is very fresh. So fresh in terms of age, fresh in terms of thinking. So
mm,
and
mm,
also the whole clarity that is there to them, given to them from the team management, that is insane
mm,
because you are facing just consider that you are Vaibhav Suryavanshi, you are a 15-year-old kid
mm,
who loves to hit the balls.
mm,
You are facing currently the best bowler in the world, Jasprit Bumrah.
mm, mm,
That ball, the first ball that he faced,
mm,
Bumrah was bringing it like within, like he was bringing it inside, inward.
mm,
Okay, that was
mm.
it just missed a little bit length. So like Bumrah's line was not wrong. He just missed the length at which he. Are you fine? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry. Continue.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he just missed the length a little bit.
Mm,
It landed on the slot, and eventually it was just on his arm. And the level of wisdom that shot was, that was a statement. It was nothing but a statement. It was not a sixer. It was a
mm,
statement. And you just nailed when you mentioned this word statement. And the very next ball, Bumrah becomes defensive because he tries to bowl a slower. And when that slower also came to his arc, he picked the slower so well. The second six that he hit today in that same over, it was impeccable shot. So that was coming slow. This pitch is also working a little bit dual pace. It's not. It's a tricky surface after rain. No fear, not nothing. The level of clarity, the level of you know clean, clean head that these two batsmen are batting with, it's absolutely awesome. And
yeah.
the way he hit that ball into the stands, I mean, it was so great to see. And let's not forget that the previous over, the first over when Jaiswal hit that over for 22 runs, that was also
Mm,
a statement that never, like, that entire over stopped Pandya from trying Deepak Chahar. So, so that's the level of impact this kind of these two players are bringing. Today it was
mm,
not Jurel's day much, but Jurel is another positive for them is Jurel is acting as a good number three. He's not wasting balls too much. He is, but on
mm,
his day he's playing some important innings and he's becoming a
mm,
brilliant keeper. He's one of the best keepers that India is having right now, and an excellent keeper. Rian Parag is a very, very great batsman, and I always,
mm,
even we also discussed that Rian Parag is a very underrated batsman, and he has all types of the range of shots that he has up his sleeve. It's quite huge. Brilliant player of spinner, and like he's too good. It might have looked a little bit off today, but otherwise, there is no such negatives from Rajasthan's perspective. Everything went very perfect for them. And as we have mentioned in the bowling also, if you look at their entire bowling lineup, everyone is being used perfectly today. Like it was especially their opening combination of Burger and Archer. That's great. That's
mm.
becoming a threat for any team. because you need a very prominent opening lineup. Because if you look at RCB last time, that entire
Hmm.
lineup of Bhuvi, Hazelwood, and Yash Dayal, that
Hmm.
entire setup of uh, 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 beginning bowlers, that actually
Hmm.
created the foundation of the IPL victory. Now, in this
Hmm.
case, also, if you look at this combination of Archer, Berger, and Sandeep, they are
Hmm.
being very, very dangerous for any batting lineup this time. And
Hmm.
like on a chase where you have to play so many so fast, you are pulling off 2 wickets in the first 2 overs, and
Hmm.
that too of Brian Rickleton and Surya Kumar Yadav. So almost you get the game in those 2 overs only.
And what I'm liking about Rajasthan Royals, and if you and we discussed about the history of all the champion teams. We did historical analysis on that. If you look at all those champions, one thing you will see that all those teams had some elements of fearlessness and freshness that you mentioned that RR have this time. And this side is not only about, say, having matchups and a perfect lineup, nothing like that. So you think about their top three, all their top three are lefties, okay? And we discussed about this when we analyzed their team, that this can create some issues for RR if say the opposition team come up with off spinners or something, some because uh, when we talked about Indian top three, we talked about the same problem, but now Rajasthan Royals is playing a different brand of cricket, and that is totally discounting such thoughts and totally dismissing such thoughts
No,
and playing a uh, playing
just a
a
second.
kind of cricket that will not lead to such problems, and that it can lead to certain problems. But why I'm saying that, when you play smooth fearless cricket, sometimes
Hmm.
the opposition team also start taking a step back and start playing or start using plan B, and that's the beauty
Hmm.
of being fearless and being fresh. And that's why RR has had that edge over many other teams who are having a particular structure, and they're going with it. And we will discuss about KKR later when we will have their match, but that's what we are expecting from, say, CSK and KKR also. So play fearless and fresh brand of cricket, and then even if you do not reach playoffs, or if you say are at the end of the season you are the bottom team, then also it's fine. I think that's not a problem. The result is not a
Hmm.
problem. Your approach is the problem. So your fans. So if you look at any, even the most wild and most exciting kind of fans, very mad, if there is some element of madness also in some fan base, they also accept a team that is playing a particular brand of cricket that they like. Okay, that's why you will see that RCB, even if they have lost so many times, they actually played a brand of cricket that their fans liked, and then
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
lost some close games, and after long wait they won the trophy, but still their fan base stuck with them because they liked the way they played. So all their players, the Gale, Kohli and De Villiers, all
De
of them
Villiers.
played a particular brand of cricket. What I'm seeing in RR is combination of two. One, this brand of cricket plus a solid team. So you look at all the departments, and you mentioned about all the different departments and how they have covered all their bases. So they have experienced bowlers, they have inexperienced and very skillful for example, Burgers, he has a different kinds of angle and skill set. If you look at Archer, he's a experienced pro bowler with a different set of skills. And then there are many other bowlers. So you look at Bishnoi. Bishnoi is like that bank. Okay, you will always get those returns from that bank, and that's how they are a solid team. So if you also compare all of their players with a champion team, so you can compare, say, Bishnoi with Chahal. Okay, you can compare their number 3, number 4 batters with some other champion team. So they have elements of a champion team, and as a team they're clicking. That's why they are doing so well this time. And I was watching post-match discussion, and both Kumble and Savakarim, and then I think Sanjay Bangar, all three of them accepted that they kept RR at 5, okay, as the fifth team, not in the top 4.
We kept
That means
we kept
we
RR in
kept,
top.
yeah, and but that indicates that RR somehow played better than what other many of the experts and many of them expected from them. They actually played better. Even we did not expect this much from them, but they're actually playing really good, and they're playing at a
100%.
at a level that they are now one of the top contenders. If they can beat a team like MI in a truncated match like this, then you
With
imagine what they
disdain,
with
with
Riston and
disdain, with
yeah,
disdain.
yeah. So imagine what this team will do to others. So that's what I'm seeing. So people may say that it will not happen that Suryavanshi and Yashasvi will fire each time, but they do not have to fire each time. They have uh,
No, no, they have that
many
balance.
more many more players, many more batters, and they actually have too many underrated players, and these underrated players are creating that impact. For example, Sandeep is actually a great bowler, and is a legend of IPL, and it's in a way very unfortunate that he could not get a chance to represent our country significantly. But I think at least in T20 cricket, he is a gun bowler.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
he's that Bhuvaneshwar Kumar,
yeah,
or maybe little bit of Harshal Patel. That gharana, that style of
yeah.
bowling he generally follows. But
Hmm.
yeah, he's a very very sound bowler. And like you were mentioning about the matchups, which actually reminds me, they have made this change. That's why. So they were mentioning
Hmm.
that how are they going to put Hetmeyer then? Like,
Hmm.
will they keep Hetmeyer in the third position, or they
Hmm.
will bring Hetmeyer a little bit down, because
Hmm. Hmm.
then the top three will be having all three of them will be left-handers.
Hmm.
So exactly, they have made that very impactful change. They have brought Jurel in the
Hmm.
one down position,
Hmm.
which has
Hmm.
helped. Now think
Hmm.
that even if these two players get out early, they have
Yeah.
Jurel and Riyan Parag, who can play that
Hmm.
anchor accelerator role very. very, very,
Yeah, yeah.
distinct way.
Hmm.
So that's the level of homework that they have done in this case. Like,
Hmm.
um, I think Jurel a few days back he played a brilliant innings of 72 odd runs. So he actually clicked because that was required in that point, in that
Hmm.
entire phase. So if you remember that Jurel in the first 2022 deliveries he was going almost runnable, and then
Hmm.
he accelerated in the later
Hmm.
20 in the next 20 deliveries. That's
Hmm.
the level of clarity they are right now having.
Hmm.
That top two,
Hmm.
they will just go all guns blazing without looking at
Hmm.
anything. They will, every freedom has been given to them, which they deserve because of the kind of game that they to play. If you tell them that
Hmm.
you will, one of the you will be, just anchor and then you will accelerate. Just Jaswal can do that, but you cannot expect that from Vaibhav at this stage.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you have released the pressure from that like intensely
Hmm.
talented kid, and the rest work is being done by Jaiswal, followed by a player who can be a brilliant anchor and at the end accelerated, and then in the four you have Rian. So for me, Rian Parag and Rajat Patidar, they are very similar type of players.
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
if you look at the kind of skill sets these two players have, Rian Parag and Rajat Patidar are very similar to each other. If you look at,
Hmm.
so why I have compared this RR team with RCB, because of the fact that in the number four they are having a player like Rian Parag who has very wide variant range of strokes, and along with that
Hmm.
he is a brilliant player of spin. In that entire number, in that number four spot, you close your eyes, you pick the best player of spin, you put him there. Okay, so
Hmm.
that's how you create the entire batting order, and that was it. It's a brilliant way the team is playing right now. Only thing which I find is, for me, finishing might be a problem for RR if Hetmeyer, fails to perform any day. But I
Hmm.
don't know why they are not playing Dasun Shanaka. So
Yeah.
even today also they kept Ferreira over Shanaka, but I would like to see
Hmm.
Dasun Shanaka in that 11. If they have taken
Hmm.
Dasun Shanaka, then play Dasun Shanaka.
And as their top orders are
Excellent.
yeah, and as their top order batters are firing, that's why their lower order or lower middle order are not uh, being exposed to any kind of challenges, and
Right.
that can be
Right.
one issue they can have. And I think it's better to have a game or two where there will
Hmm.
be a
Hmm.
batting
Hmm.
collapse, and then their
Hmm.
middle order and lower middle order will get exposed. So that would be a good practice
Absolutely.
before, say, playoffs. Uh,
Absolutely.
all right. So, can we now move to MI and discuss
Yep.
about the what they can take away from this match, and yeah, any standout performance that we saw in the match. And
Today, today there was very little scope for EY to do anything. Mm, One thing I might say that today MI saw why Hardik Pandya is such a special,
yeah,
uh, you
yeah.
know, why he is such a special player.
Hmm.
When the entire team is going for, going for, there's nothing is working. That
Hmm.
over when he gave 4 runs against
Hmm.
those two monstrous hitters.
Hmm.
It was that we were discussing this, that when Hardik Pandya
Hmm.
bowled that over, we were discussing this. This guy is like, he is so intelligent when he bowls. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
when everyone is going for runs, he can just bowl that kind of an over, which can restrict the entire run
Hmm.
leakage, and it can shift the momentum. So It's just that they made such a huge impact in the initial 20 deliveries that over, the importance of that over in any which way came down a lot. But had that score been, instead of 30 or 59, maybe it was 39, then consider the level of importance that one over would have. So
Yeah, so I
brilliant,
think
brilliant.
yeah. So I think Hardik's over was a blueprint, and I observed. I was thinking when I was watching the match and the way MI was bowling that time. So after the first over, there was already clear evidence that the ball was not swinging much. Yet, MI bowlers, apart from Hardik Pandya, continued to bowl fuller lengths and feed the hitting arcs of two left-handers. So if you, the way Hardik Pandya used the cutters and different length, that the other bowlers needed to have, and I think that's a major tactical failure that MI had in a shortened game. If your plan A is not working, you do not wait for 3 overs to change it, but because in a truncated match, by then the game is gone. So I think MI should have gone for plan B, plan C in their bowling, but bowlers like, say, Bolt and Bumrah, they go with the flow, and sometimes they take things to their ego, and they think, I can't go for a six, and then they continue to bowl like that. But I know for sure that bowlers like them, they will come back stronger. Sometimes it happens to the best also, and I think they will come back much stronger than what happened today. Yeah.
So,
Uh,
yeah. So what happens is like, I think the first blunder that came from EY was giving Deepak Chahar the first over,
yeah.
because somehow Deepak Chahar was not ready. Even the
Mm,
commentators were also saying that Deepak Chahar was not looking at all ready for the first over,
mm,
because
mm,
nobody knows how the pitch would behave, and
mm,
without having any blueprint, I think Hardik Pandya himself could have come,
mm,
for the first over, and then the second over could have been given to the Deepak Chahar once it is known that how this pitch is behaving, whether there is any movement or
mm,
not. But Hardik Pandya is that bowler who can, you know, who is so flexible that he can, play with the line and length, and
mm,
then the decision could have been taken. Deepak Chahar is not
mm,
having that wide range of flexibility in his arc, or in the entire bowling arsenal that he has. So that's why
mm,
uh, Chahar was not exactly the bowler who could have been given the chance today, because the pitch was covered for so long, and
mm,
black soil, rain
mm,
on black soil. You don't know how this pitch is going to behave.
mm,
Always a
mm,
very tricky pitch to play
mm,
on, and I think that went wrong. And I
mm,
think once that over from Bumrah, when once the first ball went for six, I think that changes the morale also, because
mm, yeah.
for me it was not just an over where Vaibhav just hit him for two sixes. Think about the
Mm,
entire scenario. Think about the entire
mm,
Mumbai dressing room, Mumbai field setup. Think about it. It was
mm,
Jasprit Bumrah. Okay, so
mm,
they are going for the best bid that they are having,
mm,
and like everyone was they were so waiting eagerly. Even we were also waiting so eagerly
yeah,
for this
yeah.
matchup, that Bumrah versus Suryavanshi. Let's see what happens. And the first ball
Mm,
goes for a six, and that too
mm,
without any respect. Like,
yeah, yeah.
today, everyone was mentioning this, that forget about everything. This guy has no respect for bowlers. Like,
Mm,
he doesn't even look at the bowler. Like,
mm,
I don't know. Like, it was so out of anyone's explanation. It was so like, I have never seen anything like this.
so
It was
this
so
actually,
unbelievable for
uh,
me.
Yeah, so we were having the same chat through WhatsApp also, and I was thinking about a batter that time that and a conversation between Ashwin and Virendra Sehwag. So Ashwin asked Virendra Sehwag once that why do you always step out and hit sixes against off spinners? So
Off
he
spinners,
replied,
yes, yes.
off so he replied, I do not consider off spinners as bowlers. So that's the kind of mindset that these kinds of batters have. They they sometimes
They're
do
crazy.
not
They're
consider
crazy. They're
they do not consider Bumrahs as Bolts as Bolts. They just see the ball and hit the ball. That's how they approach the game. They do
and that
not
actually,
go for names. Yeah,
yeah, that actually impacts the fielding side
yeah,
because you are
yeah.
playing your best bet, and
Right.
this guy is hitting sixes for fun. And what should we
Mm,
do? Like, what, who do we go for now? And what should be our field placement? Because you cannot
mm,
set any field against Vaibhav also because he's just
mm,
hitting your sixes. He's not even going for the shortcuts of just lifting the ball, or maybe just taking the aerial route using the
mm,
field restrictions and going for boundaries or something. It was proper sixes. Sixes were
yeah.
raining in that entire stage, and it is very difficult. It is very difficult for the fielding side also.
And I think MI did not, and you mentioned about this that MI did not try anything different. For example, the way Bartlett was bowling against KKR, and you can compare Suryavanshi and Jaswal with Allen and say if KKR later bring in Seifert also, so they are similar kinds of players. Okay, so look at how Bartlett was not bowling fuller delivery; he was bowling proper
Test match length.
test match length.
Test match length.
So against batters who just see the ball and hit the ball and play look at the line and just swing and they have a great bat swings. Against them you can't
Hmm.
bowl fuller length, and you know that Chahar is a fuller length bowler. If there is no swing, then they can even hit six sixes against Chahar.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
that can very much
Definitely.
happen. So now
Absolutely.
look at,
Absolutely.
yeah, now look at another bowler that they just bowled 2 overs is Allah Ghaznfar. So he
Hmm.
bowled 2 overs, uh, 2 wickets, 21 runs. So they could have bowled 1 over of say Ghaznfar in power play, and then that could have made that there is no guarantee that that would have made any difference, but that would have been a different ball game than bowling Chair first over. So they could have started with Hardik Pandya and then Bumrah and then Ghaznfar. They could have used combination of
Hmm.
these
Hmm.
three, uh,
Hmm.
but and they should have expected this from Suryavanshi and Jaswal. And in a say 3.2 overs power play, they will hit all the deliveries. And Suryavanshi, even in a 50 overs game, he will hit all the deliveries.
My goodness.
That's Suryavanshi.
Yes.
But then you have to come up with different plans. Even Rohit was not very impressed by the field placements that
Hmm. Hmm.
Hardik Pandya had, and there was too many conversations between Bolt, then Bumrah, Hardik Pandya.
Bumrah,
Uh,
Hardik. Hmm.
yeah.
So
So
they didn't see
yeah,
this coming, I think. I think they didn't see this coming. They were not ready. They were not just prepared for this. It just seemed that it
then
came out
then
of
then
syllabus.
the, then they're overconfident, I must say. So even I
Yeah.
was expecting this. So I was expecting either Bumrah will bowl or there will be a slower delivery and catch out something like that, or this guy will hit him because
Hmm, hmm.
for him it's about either I will hit you or you will get me
Or
out.
I will get.
So it's either or situation. So in situation like that you have to think in a different way, okay? Because Bumrah is not a machine. You can't, and he's at that level. But there will be some days when machine will also not function properly, and then you have to give that machine some time, and then he will come back. But as a captain, as a think tank, you have to be flexible. You have to be prepared for all the situations. You can't just be overconfident that this 15 years batter
Hmm.
will 15 years old batter will not can't do anything. He can do anything. That's the thing. He can even score 150 or 200 in a T20 match. And that day is not far.
He
I'm
has
telling you,
he
he
has said,
can.
na,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has said that my goal is to break the 175 record of Chris Gale.
And
He is
he will break that record.
he might,
Mark my
yes, yes,
words.
he might as well.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
he will break that
I think
record.
it
And
will not be a surprise if he does. What he
and
did today,
I pray to
and what
God
he
that
did
should not
today,
happen against KKR. If that happens against
that
KKR,
might happen. That
that might
might
happen
happen
very.
because
So the
that
only
might happen.
team that just came to my mind is KKR. That he can hit 175 plus against KKR, and then it would be something. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about
Yeah.
MI's batting also, and because in bowling
Hmm.
they did not have much to do because the game was almost over. Then Shardul could not do anything, although Shardul took the important uh, wicket of that 15 years old guy, but that was not enough because RR
The damage was
continued
done.
with that start. The damage was done. It was a 11 overs game. So let's talk a bit about MI's batting and the positives that we can take away from MI's batting, and if there are some concerns in MI's batting, and what could be the say uh, what are the options they have, what solutions they can have to address those problems that they have or concerns that they have.
I think MI will. The only solution is MI will would like to forget this match as soon as possible because
Hmm.
this is something which should not demoralize or demotivate MI to, because they are playing their best 11. So that is the best 11
Hmm.
that they are playing right now. So they cannot. No, not much scope is also there to make any changes right now. So we said
Hmm.
that MI has come with a, with an intrinsic weakness of not having enough spinning option. So today also they
Hmm.
had only one spinner, Allah Ghazanfar. Another spinner in the attack could have been useful today, but they didn't have that.
Hmm.
They have not,
Hmm.
clearly they are lacking in that department. This might, impact them in the knockout stage, or maybe when
Hmm.
they will be reaching playoffs, or maybe they might miss the playoffs because of these uh, this one shortage of resources. But what I can feel about MI today is it was clearly not MI's game when they had to chase 151 in
Hmm.
11 overs on such a tricky surface. It's a very tricky surface. It's
Yeah.
more tricky.
Yeah.
Like let's not judge the surface by the way Yashasvi and Vaibhav played. So
Yeah.
just in the first over only, we saw that Rickleton hitting a six of Archer, but then very next ball, Archer made the ball move a little bit away from Rickleton, and he just could not connect the ball, and he got out. Uh, because of the
And
mistiming.
look at the bowling lineup. So Jofra Archer, Burgers, Sandeep Sharma,
Sandeep
Ravi
Sharma,
Bishnoi, Tushar
Bishnoi,
Deshpande. All
Tushar
of them are
Deshpande.
in form. All of them are in
Hmm.
form. Even Tushar Deshpande is in form. So it's
Oh,
a
the last match,
is
that entire
yeah,
first last over, yeah.
so they are a top bowling lineup, and against them scoring 150 plus in 11 overs is, was almost impossible. It was MI actually had a great batting lineup. If they couldn't do it, I think none of the other teams could have
Yeah,
chased
no,
it down. It was a
this
uphill
this
task.
this was this was an uphill task, and more
Mm,
importantly, like the way Burger is bowling, the way he's
mm,
you when mentioned about the uniqueness of his angles, the way he is
mm,
using those angles, and today the way that wicket or sky was so well set up and
mm.
so well planned by Rajasthan. I am actually impressed
Mm,
by the way Riyan Parag is, is leading from the front, and the way he is setting the field placements. Today, we were mentioning,
yeah,
commentators were mentioning, every time the ball is going high, someone is placed there to take the catch.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think 5 wickets, or like for the first 5 wickets, it was like the ball is moving up and there is a field set for
Mm,
uh, to catch that ball. So brilliant captaincy by Riyan Parag, and we also saw the level of brilliance. And so when I have become so impressed with the level of captaincy also. So think about the last
mm,
match that they played against Gujarat. Those two last overs, any other captain would have just given up, because you need
yeah.
to get only 15 out of the last two.
Mm,
Rabada and Rashid are hitting runs for fun, and it's
mm,
almost over. Archer, and right at that moment, Archer and later Tushar Deshpande. Who would have ever thought that out of all the options, Burger is
mm,
there, Sandeep is there, he would go for Tushar Deshpande? Nobody would have ever thought.
mm,
And
mm,
that entire those 2 overs, only 8 runs. When you win close games like this, the entire morale of the the team, it gets such a big boost that after some point of time, you seem unbeatable aside. So
mm.
yeah,
And as a bowling side, they are not taking a passive defensive approach. Means even in today's match also, they were not just trying to survive the overs. They were actively
mm,
hunting wickets because they, as a team, understood that in a chase like this, wickets are more valuable, and that's one of the most important uh, thing that you can see in this year's RR side, and that's a
mm,
sign of a champion side that you are not taking a step back in any time. You are always in taking that offensive and aggressive and positive approach, and that is giving them the results that they are getting. I'm really impressed with the way they have approached their campaign this time, and they will continue to improve as a team, and
definitely.
that's a very bad news for other teams. Really bad news. And that's what, as fans, that's what we expect from the team we support. But this is a template. This is a template that uh, teams like CSK and KKR should follow in their own ways, obviously, but at least they should look at this template, that this is the approach attitude you should have. For example, I think I'm forgetting his name. Some Australian batter was talking about KKR's approach, and he was saying that. Uh, Ajinkya Rahane should be as just not as a captain, but as a opening batter, he should be fearless. He should not think about what others are saying, and we have to do well as a team. Just play your game, and he
Mm,
is actually a very good T20 batter now, at least in power play overs. And there will be days when that power play tempo will continue in next few overs also, and that will be a good thing for KKR if they decide to continue with Rahane as the opener. Suppose they bring in Seifert, Rahane at three. Again, his role will be to continue the tempo that Seifert and Allen will have. So
mm,
what I'm trying to say here, all the teams that are doing well, they are playing that fearless brand of cricket. But fearless doesn't mean mindless. You also have to have
mm,
good strategies, you have to have good skill sets, and but when you are executing those skill sets in the ground, and you are, say, uh, opening the innings, then you just play fearlessly, and that's fresh approach is there in RR sides, and that's what is missing in KKR and CSK to some extent. So
mm,
that's why I think RR is doing so well, and MI just had a off day, but MI will also do well. Their
mm,
team is looking so good, and they as a team will actually do well. Today even Gazanfar bowled so well. So
mm,
when
mm,
the other bowlers will come good, so think about um, if if they decide to continue with the same 11. So Bumrah bowled Gazanfar, and then Chahar will also come good when there will be swing and everything. The conditions
Shard,
suit him.
Shardul,
Shardul
Pandya,
Thakur, Pandya, I'm
Pandya.
forgetting Pandya. Pandya is actually one of the better
Yeah, yeah,
bowlers. So just look at the bowling
yeah,
lineup
yeah.
also.
So
Let's
brilliant.
forget about the batting lineup. Batting lineup is a top batting lineup. There, you can't have better lineup than this. Why? Because they have all the Indian batters. If you think about, just close your eyes and think about the top Indian batters, they have all of them in their 11. So that's how good
Yeah,
MI is as a team, and they will come good. So is they. I think there is actually, just by looking at today's match, at least there is no point in discussing the problems that they have and what solutions they should find. I think they're fine. I think they will come good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes when you are in front of rain and storm, storm is the Suryavanshi and Yashasvi. They faced both rain and storm. So then
Yes,
you
yes.
can't do anything. There are days when you actually can't do anything. You have to accept the fate and move on. That's what Mumbai has to do. I think
Absolutely.
they yeah, they have no other option but to do that. But they will come good.
I
They
think
actually
yeah,
have
today
great team.
I think they would like to just forget today. So I think it's
Yeah.
just let's forget this day and move on. So I think that's the best
Hmm.
solution for if they try to bifurcate the day too much. I think that might be a little bit troublesome for the
Hmm.
entire setup. I don't think
Hmm.
they need a lot, but yeah. So next time they face this duo, I think they will come with better plans. That's it.
Hmm. All right. So I think we discussed everything that we wanted to discuss, and today's at least we are happy that we could have a match, and it was really even if it was a 11 a side match, 11 overs match, it was actually a great encounter. And you sometimes I actually what I expect from IPL, and that's my personal preference. Someday I want great bowling performances. I want the batting team to bowlers to demolish the batters, means bowl in a particular way. So I actually liked that RCB the how RCB crumbled, I think 49 or something against KKR
Uh-huh.
in a match. So I like that much also, and I also like when batters totally demolish bowlers. These two types, and then the fight between batters and bowlers. So I like all these three types of matches. So one-sided from the bowlers, one-sided from batters, and then a great fight between batters and bowler. But sometimes you need these kinds of matches when the batters are just demolishing the bowlers. It's fun to watch sometime. I'm not saying
Mhm.
with due respect to bowlers, and we our sympathies and empathies everything are with the bowlers, because in a T20 match it is actually the all the system and everything is against them, and we can have an episode on how T20 cricket is, many aspects are against the bowlers. But sometimes as fans, as audience members, as viewers, sometimes it's fun. Means I think there's no shame in accepting that. You like to see Suryavanshi hitting Bumrah for sixes. It's fun to watch, and sometimes you
Yeah,
need
yeah. Agree.
those matches. So it was a fun match, obviously for RR fans, and obviously for cricket lovers also. But for MI fans, I think they should not lose heart. MI will come good, and the kind of team that they have, even if all the teams pray that they don't do well, they will come good. That's the
Uh-huh.
kind of team that they have. All right, so with that note, let's end this live. Uh, Thank you so much for staying back till this point and watching this live. And we will come live tomorrow also, if again uh, there is no match where no washed away match and washed out match because of bad weather conditions. So I think that will not happen, hopefully, because we want all the matches to happen, and we will come live for sure tomorrow. uh, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel, because we need your support, and we are trying our best to grow our channel, be- solely because we want to reach to as many cricket lovers as we can, and we want to grow our community. Yeah, so thank you for watching. See you tomorrow with another live.